This is Beyond a Reasonable Doubt with your hosts, Mark Garrigus and Gary Smith.
Well, welcome to our what's becoming quite a sensation on Sundays. We get a lot of great positive feedback. I don't know that all of that comes from Gary and the people around him because it interferes with his Sunday morning coffee runs.
Hey, it is what it is. But let me go ahead and set this up a little bit. I know usually Mark takes the opening here, but on Thursday, we recorded the big show with Adam on Wednesday this week because of some scheduling issues, and on Thursday I sent Mark a story, and he replied, "Wow, this is crazy. This will be the entire Beyond a Reasonable Doubt." And then on Friday, I woke up and I saw a story and I sent it to Mark and I said, "Look at this story. Definitely not a one topic Beyond a Reasonable Doubt." And he went, "Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. Definitely not." And then Saturday came. I don't think we're going to get to either of those two stories because I could not go 90 minutes on Saturday without Mark sending me something about this story that he wants to focus on today.
Well, a lot of times we take stories that are either maybe, I would say, confined to the legal world, or if they're on the national stage and we give our own interpretation of them. This story has flown so far under the radar and has roiled, as you've heard Adam and I, both of us are La Cañada denizens, and this has roiled the community. And I think it says a lot about the state of the world that we're in right now. This on Friday late afternoon, maybe somewhere around the 5 o'clock hour, there was a press release that was issued. Gary, you probably got it there. And this was in a feed, and I got it from a number of people. And I think it said EIN, or it was issued by the law firm of Ray Boucher. And you'll see the headline in a second when Gary puts it up. And you could have knocked me over with a feather, but Gary puts it up. I'll tell you what it was.
It's coming basically up in just a second here. Sorry, Mark.
The headline was that prominent, there we go, Gary's got it right now, real estate mogul Mike Kobayashi found guilty of molesting his two cousins, ordered to pay $24 restitution. First of all, the headline, you would expect that was a criminal case because they used the term found guilty. But I decided to look into it a little bit. And sure enough, what I found, and Gary, you may have it, I got a hold of the verdict sheet. And it was a civil case. It was tried here in the Northeast District, which would have been Burbank. And the case was the two cousins who, here's the verdict sheet right here, and this came out about a week ago. They're suing. You see there the John Does, and they're suing, and they found that Mike Kobayashi, for those who don't know him here locally, he has been kind of owned the real estate, residential real estate market as a broker, has a first Saturday of the month Cars and Coffee event in the little shopping center where he is. That verdict sheet came out. Gary, can you zoom in as to the amounts?
Yes, I can.
Or at least one of the amounts.
Those who are watching on the video tier will see a K over Mark's shoulder, I believe.
Yeah, I walk by this place every morning, and you will see that the jurors came back on each at a total of just shy.
So this is for one of the defendants. Yeah. One of the defendants, 7.8 and just over 4.3. And then if you scroll down, I believe the other defendant, 7.4 and a little over 4.6.
Right. Now, when I do a little bit more legal investigation, if you find, there's the jurors, the four-person's name, looks to be an Armenian. We then find that there was supposed to be, and you will see if you notice, for those of you who are astute, you would have noticed on the jury findings, they found malicious and oppressive. Those factual findings need to be made. That generally will take you into a punitive damages phase. Well, apparently, Mr. Kobieski never showed up to the punitive damages phase. And about 6 days ago, he posted a something either on Facebook, Gary may have it, where he was getting ready. Let's see if Gary's got it. No, it's not that one, Gary. We'll go to that in a sec. It's the previous one, where he announced that he and his son, there you go, getting ready to take a worldwide tour. And that's his son there that's pictured with him. Now, that was exactly timed to when he was supposed to go into his punitive damages phase. Now, mind you, that's his son. The two people suing him were his cousins. Now, this is where it gets really somewhat twisted. Those two that sued him, the two cousins, are the younger brothers of his wife. His wife is also his cousin. And you will, Gary, you've got an audio tape. The wife, apparently a number of years ago, taped him, and along with her father, and mind you, her father, for those of you who aren't anthropologists, is his uncle. And here is the tape that Gary's got. Her father. His father.
Sorry. You want to finish setting that up?
Yeah, I would say he's got his wife, whose little brothers are the ones who are alleging he's molested them, and he's on with her father, who doubles as his uncle. So here you go.
Wow.
There's no chance. There's no chance for a child molester. There's no chance for a child molester. No. No. He's your son. He's your blood. How can you rape your own blood? There's no chance.
Hello. For a minute. I made a mistake. I made a huge mistake. But مرة بقولي قدم لي مش عم مرة واحدة كل حياتي أنا I want whatever it takes to fix it. والله ما بس مشان يتأمنوا. That's all that I need. I don't want anything. I don't know what to say.
You're not getting anything. You're not getting anything.
I don't want anything.
أنا الله بعث لي 4 amazing children لأنه الله بيحبني.
I know.
Mikey,
Paul,
Diana, Enzo. You will never see them again. Never.
Andy, I'm telling you, I want, but give me a chance, please.
Chance for what? You're never going to see them. I don't want anything to do with you. From today and on, I'm a widow. From today and on.
No, please.
Yes.
Please.
No.
I'm telling you, one chance. ما صار شيء. أنا أقولي كمان مش طارون. I'm telling you.
حاجة denied.
They told us detail by detail. They're not lying. They're adults. They know exactly what happened to them.
They are not lying.
So fucking them in the ass is not what happened.
I did not fuck up with you, Kamal, in the ass.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
Okay, then you fucked your own son. You fucked your own son, your blood.
Listen, I made a huge mistake. I'm telling you, I made a huge mistake.
How? What is this mistake that you did? What is it? Tell me. If you didn't fuck them in the ass, what's the mistake you did?
I made a mistake. Who we Paulie? It doesn't matter. But I'm telling you.
Tell me, did you fuck Paulie in the ass? I need to know because I already know, but I want you to tell me. Did you fuck him in the ass or not?
مرة بولي هو صغير اجى علي قال لي هيك I don't think I made a mistake. I'm telling you I made a mistake.
وإذا اجى عليك يعني أنت بتيجي شو اسمه والله بتضربه.
Well, I made a mistake.
بس ديانا اجت لعندك بتنيكها لديانا؟
No.
Gary, hold this for a sec. I'm going to say, no, it's very disturbing, but I'll tell you, this is not the most disturbing part of the story. I mean, it gets even worse. This is from apparently surreptitiously recorded and then circulated a number of years ago. Well, this tape was then played. She mentioned her daughters. That's the cousin who's the wife, who's also related to the brothers who ended up suing. The daughter committed suicide after they played the tape for her. I mean, it's just awful, and it gets even worse. Then they go to trial. This mother who said, after this day, I'm a widow, apparently gets on the stand and apparently denies everything. which is just stunning in and of itself. And now, get this, you heard her also talk about Enzo. You're never going to see Enzo. Well, that previous picture that you saw, that you put up there, I don't know, where's that from, Gary? Facebook? The second one that you put up there, where he said he was going on a world tour with Enzo? Well, fast forward to yesterday. Look what he just posted yesterday.
Oh, this one, not this one?
No, not that. That was coming attractions as soon as he was found liable. And now look.
Oh, yes. Hold on.
The first one you put up.
Sorry. Let's see here. We got a lot of media today, guys.
Yeah, there you go. He posted this yesterday morning. This is him and Enzo in Beirut, Lebanon. Rumor has it that he's got, and I haven't vouched for this, rumor has it that he's got a 50,000 square foot house and a stash of cash in Beirut, Lebanon. He took Enzo with him. That's where Enzo is today. By the way, but this, as I said, it roiled the community. Somebody drove by his house. Gary, you want to show that picture?
Yep.
Check this out. For somebody who's taking a world tour, here's the house in La Cañada, where apparently on the front driveway are two pods showing that he's moving and has apparently been diverting assets. Now, you might say, how is it possible that this has been done under the radar for over 4 years? Because, mind you, what he also did is they sued after the daughter committed suicide. They sued the people for taping him, if you can believe that, and doubled down on the idiocy of this. And now we've got a situation where he's fled, where he's with that young man Enzo. God only knows where the wife is in all of this at this point, except that she testified on his behalf, apparently, at the trial. And people have said to me that have been talking, how could we get away? How could we get away? Look at what was posted in April in La Cañada as to the baseball team. Do you have that?
Yes, I think I do. It is this one.
Here you go. The kids, thank you to the incredible La Cañada High School Spartans team. There you go.
And at the bottom of the image, it says, thank you, Coach Kobayashi, for your invaluable support.
Yeah, there you go. The coach also. It fits in with Adam's kind of test of that I've often used is when a guy's volunteering to go on the camping trips, that's the first guy you got to worry about. Now, I'll end it with this, and we may have more by Tuesday. But I said, people said, "Well, how is it possible? Why didn't the school district do something? Why didn't why didn't the community know or do something?" Well, guess why? He's been one of the most prolific advertisers. He takes the back page of the local paper every week. I'm sitting in his. There's the back page ads. He's now got Mikey is apparently on his ads, and they've basically assiduously worked to never let anybody see or anything. His Cars and Coffee, when I walked by on my morning walk yesterday, at least the word had gotten out there was nobody there. I think they're going to have to rename it Pedos and Pedestrians because I don't know anybody who at this point is going to come here. But
how long have you been sitting on that, Jim?
Yeah. I know what you're going to use for the title.
About 7:15 yesterday morning, you came up with that?
Yeah. And let me tell you, the other kind of distinction, I suppose, that you have to figure out is now you've got somebody trying to do collection activity, but the fact remains, how did this case ever get filed? Because it happened so many years ago. I believe in the lawsuits, they allege that it happened late 80s and 90s. There's what has been in California called a look-back section. The look-back is that it revived cases that statute of limitations had run. But as most people will say, if half of this is true, and a jury just found that at least on a civil standard, this is true, it's amazing to me, and it's kind of in stark relief to my Cain Velasquez case, which we appeared on this week. the way that society treats and these kinds of cases, and this guy has been celebrated in this community when all of this was in plain sight, but not reported on, presumably because he's a heavy-duty advertiser, not pursued because presumably the statute of limitations is run, and some intrepid lawyer, Ray Boucher, actually, his office, Ray was kind of hit the legal map. He was the one who got that $600 and some odd million settlement out of the diocese and the pedophile priests. And Ray is the one who, in the face of all odds, his office pursued this, and I'm sure will continue to pursue. But I'll tell you, there's so many layers to this onion, and the fact that this story has gotten zero traction anywhere. I mean, basically, the one story that we started with that Gary put up there was nothing more than a PR newswire, basically. It wasn't carried anywhere. It wasn't covered by any outlet, as far as I can tell, just completely flew under the radar. So hopefully maybe bring a little attention to this and kind of this internecine, incestuous, awful situation, which Gary has lectured me, for those of you who don't want to know, for ruining his Saturday yesterday.
You didn't ruin it, but that's disturbing audio. I was at the park with my son, and getting that texted to me is, just context is key. And these people have decided to listen to Reasonable Doubt, and they know we're going to cover stories. It's just a little different when it's during family time, but that's the job. So I'm happy to do it. I'm glad we were able to bring some light to this case, and we'll keep an eye on it if any developments arise.
Got it. And thank you, Gary. And I guess you were absolutely right in the setup. We only covered one story, but it wasn't the one you were expecting.
Absolutely. Well, we'll keep an eye on those other stories for Tuesday and beyond. Mark, thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.
You too, Gary. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Beyond a Reasonable Doubt. Stay tuned for more bonus episodes coming soon.